Hello and welcome to this edition of Family Focus, presented by Baltimore's Child Magazine and sponsored by Baltimore County Public Library. I'm Michael Viscoso, Managing Editor of Baltimore's Child Magazine. It's my privilege to welcome you to today's program. Family Focus is all about giving parents and caregivers like you the information and inspiration that you need to raise your children. Ahead on today's program, we have lots of great information to share with you. Today is the first day of our Baltimore's Child virtual summer camps and activities fair. And ahead, we're going to be telling you how you can participate in this camp fair, and we'll be introducing you to one of the camp participants. But first, today's Family Focus news and notes. 5 students from the Park School in Baltimore were recently honored in the 2021 Regional Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. The school received 7 total awards and honorable mentions in both art and writing. The Scholastic Art and Writing Awards is actually the nation's longest running programs that support student art and literacy in the visual arts. You can find more about this story on our website. That's at baltimoreschild.com. The Baltimore Museum of Art is offering free art making workshops that parents and children can do together. It's part of their free Sundays at Home series. If you log on to artbma.org, you'll be able to download the art projects that come with step-by-step instructions and materials list. And it's a great way for parents and children to get creative at home, courtesy of the Baltimore Museum of Art. The Free Family Sundays series is made possible by Art Bridges and the Wilmington Trust. Well, get ready for a turtle-rific musical experience courtesy of the Baltimore County Public Library. They'll be presenting their virtual Winter Wonderland music Bubbles and comedy show, which takes place on Saturday, February 27th from 2 to 3 p.m. There'll be songs, giant bubbles, children's story time, and activities, all part of this virtual program. To register, all you have to do is go online, bcpl.info. And you can stay up to date on the latest events and news for programs in our area by going to our website, baltimoreschild.com. And now I'm pleased to welcome our guest, Jackie LaMonica. She is from Genesee Valley Outdoor Learning Center in Parkton. Genesee Valley is one of our camp participants for our Baltimore's Child virtual summer camps and activities fair, which is taking place today, Friday, February the 26th. Jackie has lots to tell us about the program offerings for summer camp at Genesee Valley, so I'm going to get her started. Jackie, thank you again for taking time to be with us today. Can you tell me a little bit about what programs and activities you've got planned for campers this summer?
Of course. So our summer is really, we base it around being outside. And another thing that's really important at our camp is stepping outside your comfort zone and really learning how to push yourself and just like really figure out who you are. So our camp focuses on being outdoors, being unplugged, focus on gaining experiences that you can grow from and overcoming challenges. So some specific things that are ingrained in what our summer camp is and our general mission is stepping outside your comfort zone, meeting new friends, interacting with the different farm animals that we have here because we're also a farm, completing the high ropes course that kids get to do during the summer, swimming and boating and archery, and some of those different kind of summer camp activities that you don't get to do every single day. So, yeah. And this all happens on our property that's about 150 acres, and we've got all our elements in the trees, so everything's outside, arts and crafts and things like that, that kids are getting to experience with their groups and their friends and new peers.
Yeah, definitely lots happening. What aspects of the summer camp experience do you find parents and kids comment on the most?
I think that parents comment on they comment the most on the inclusive groups that we create. So a really big part of it is creating community and developing those relationships with their peers. And when we go to do a high element, like trust is the greatest thing that you can build and take away. So learning to build that trust among the peers and trying to teach that to kids early on, so that they can be supportive when they're doing an element or a high ropes course where they might be stepping outside their comfort zone and really challenging themselves, to really embody that and to really build our community. The other thing that I think parents really love about this place is parents and campers come back year after year because I think we do have a really strong program. of getting to be outside and getting to do high elements and just getting to be kids and really enjoying themselves and making sure they're stepping away from their phones and the technology that has really been thrown to us. And I think like parents are also super excited that their kids are going home exhausted, dirty. They've been running around all day, and they just have fun stories to share. And I think just brings home something new.
Yeah. And it sounds like a really great experience. Can you describe for parents who may not be familiar with your setting, just what that's like, the campus, the Outdoor Learning Center? Can you tell me a little bit more details about that?
Yeah, so we are based on about 150 acres of woodlands, forests. We've got some lakes and farmland. So throughout the different space, campers are moving throughout the entire property depending on what activities they're doing or what they have scheduled that day. So each week, campers, depending on the age group, the older you are, the higher level activities you will get to participate in. But they have a schedule, and every week you're going to do some arts and crafts. Every day you get to go swimming, the opportunity to go swimming. You'll get to go boating and participate in different rock climbing activities, and playing grass games and initiative activities that build team building every single day. And those are guaranteed going to happen depending on the age level. So for the younger kids, it's going to look a little bit different than for the older age group.
Yeah. And then Jackie, certainly one question that parents have, this summer, obviously summer camps happening while in the midst of this continuing COVID-19 pandemic. How did Genesee Valley respond last year to the summer camp amidst the pandemic? And what lessons did you learn last year that you're applying to this year's summer camp experience?
Yeah, so I think going into last year, there was so much unknown, and we were trying to cover all boundaries and bases to really make sure that we were providing a good service. So that entailed having every single week, parents filled out a COVID form at the beginning on Monday or prior to their arrival, which noted some things that are kind of general to everywhere. In order to come to camp, we took temperature checks every single morning before kids got out of the car, and we recorded those. And that was one of the things we did like kind of beforehand. And all of our staff were checked, and we also did that COVID check with them as well. And then during the day, we have campers bring masks to just ensure that if there was activities where we have like social distances we try to really social distance as much as possible, but we encourage masks to be on your person. So if there are certain activities where we felt they were necessary, we would encourage them, as well as being indoors. You had a mask on, but we really were never indoors unless there was rain. And then hand sanitizer. Every instructor has hand sanitizer with them, and we have it before and after every single activity, regardless if they're touching anything. It's just, okay, here's your hand sanitizer, and that just became really regular. And all of our gear is sanitized, all props or any like things that the groups are using. And then the other thing we did that I think was super successful and very different for us from prior years was groups didn't intermingle. So in prior years, it was like, oh, you're going to group up with this group to play a game. But this year they were in their pods, and that was your pod. So you stayed with your pod everywhere you went. You didn't intermingle with other pods, as well as eating lunch with your group and not doing like whole group lunches like we generally did in the past. So there's were some adjustments that we had to make this summer or this prior summer that we're going to continue moving forward into this summer that were challenging, but I think proved to be like bring our community, our instructors together to make it work and sustainable for our staff as well. Yeah,
and Jackie, it's reassuring to know for parents, especially the procedures and the steps that you're taking to keep their children safe, so they can have an enjoyable summer camp experience. And I think that's really what all parents are looking for. They're looking for that experience that gives their children a chance to explore, learn, and grow. What would you say are the benefits, the major benefits of summer camp for children?
So generally some of just getting outside and being a kid, right? Like this pandemic has been so tough, and with virtual school and all those different challenges, I think camp has been the best thing because they've been able to get outside and be a kid again, being socially able to meet new friends and develop those new relationships, like person to person. And I think that's so important for our development instead of doing it via computer. So our social emotional well-being, I think, was something we really generally strive to do as all camps and all like children-driven organizations. And I think bringing back imagination and tech-free fun and creation, I think, is so valuable. And I think the other thing I think we do really well here is providing campers and participants the chance to step outside their comfort zone and really challenge themselves. So I think that benefit allows participants to grow and see what they're made of and see how they can also, where they fit into a team and how they can be a leader in all those different categories, I think is really, really valuable to our summer camp.
Yeah. And Jackie, you were describing to me too that you have some personal connections to summer camp, in particular Genesee Valley. Can you tell me a little bit more about your own experiences going to summer camp as a child, and how do you think they shaped you into the adult that you are today?
So yeah, I attended Genesee Valley through many years as a youngster, and I grew up at Genesee Valley coming here to camp, and I became a CIT and a counselor, and then I went away, and then I came back. But I think the most valuable things about it was that I really learned a lot about nature and myself as like just discovering the environment and what is out there. And that's what drove me to some of my other positions that I've done before coming back, and really learning like who I was and that I loved nature and that I really love jumping off of high things and climbing. And so all of what I did at camp here has really shaped who I am now, and that I'm really involved in outdoor education, and I have been before coming back here, and that I really love working with students as I've gotten older and not a camper anymore. So being able to give back, it's completely shaped who I am of being outside and being able to explore and be imaginative and be part of a community.
Well, thank you again, Jackie, for giving us a preview of Genesee Valley Outdoor Learning Center's Summer Camps program. It was wonderful hearing from you. And just as a reminder, today is the first day of our weekend-long virtual summer camps and activities fair. It's happening right now on our website, baltimoreschilds.com/campfair 2021. And what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to learn a little bit more about some of the summer camp offerings from programs in the Baltimore area and beyond. We have a wonderful online scavenger hunt that will give you a chance to also, you and your child can learn more about some of the summer camp offerings. And parents, you have an opportunity to register to win a $250 camp scholarship for your child. So it's very easy to do. Just go to our website, baltimoreschilds.com/campfair 2021. It'll be held today, Saturday, February 27th, and Sunday, February 28th. And we look forward to helping you plan the best summer experience for your child this summer. Well, as we come to the end of February, National Children's Dental Health Month, we have some tips from our friends at Dentistry for Children of Cross Keys that'll help you to make sure that you're taking care of your child's oral health.
Hi, I'm Ilsa Wagner, and I'm one of the pediatric dentists here at Dentistry for Children Cross Keys, and I want to talk to you about National Children's Dental Health Month. One of the most important things you can do for your child is to bring them in for their first dental visit. We recommend that this happens by the time they get their first tooth, or at the latest by the time they're 1 year old. This helps set them up for a lifetime of success and helps them get them on a good path to regular cleanings every 6 months. At this visit, we'll talk about things like fluoride, flossing, and the types of toothbrushes to use. I always tell my parents that the best toothbrush for their child is the toothbrush that they'll actually use. We'll also talk about ways to promote healthy habits like brushing twice a day. One of the best ways you can do this is by rewarding your child for brushing twice a day with things like a book, stickers, or a high five. As these healthy habits like brushing teeth twice a day become established, you'll start to notice that every 3 to 4 months, your child's toothbrushes start to wear out. We want to make sure that we replace these toothbrushes with frayed bristles because they're not as effective. One of the best ways that you can make sure your child has all the supplies they need to keep their mouth healthy is by making toothbrushing a family affair. By performing a brushing checkup, you can check which steps your kids are missing and help them make sure they're brushing correctly. Checking in on your child's brushing is also a great way to see when they need to start flossing. I recommend that children start flossing as soon as their teeth start touching together. Once the teeth touch together, plaque can get stuck in between, and we need to make sure we remove it every single day to help keep their gums healthy and to make sure cavities don't form. One of the great ways that you can do this also is by using plaque disclosing tablets. It's a fun tool that will reveal plaque on the teeth by making it a bright color. We send it home for a patient to use while brushing to point out areas where plaque likes to hide. In the end, they get to play a game by brushing the color away. Dental sealants are like force fields for your child's permanent molars. They help fill in the groovy surfaces of the tooth and prevent bad bacteria from invading the groovy surfaces where it's hard to reach with brushing. The application process is very easy, and it's a great way to familiarize your child with dental treatment that isn't a filling. Children of any age can benefit from dental sealants, but at Dentistry for Children, we agree that the earlier they're placed, the better. A teenager still needs their pediatric dentist. This is a transitionary time in their life where they're learning to take more responsibility for their oral health. By checking in with their pediatric dentist every 6 months, we can make sure that they're brushing their teeth and setting themselves up for a lifetime of good oral hygiene. Another reason teenagers still need their pediatric dentist is because they will likely get the last of their permanent teeth, called wisdom teeth or third molars, before they reach adulthood. Sometimes these teeth can come in normally, but many times they need to be removed by an oral surgeon so that they don't cause problems.
Hi, I'm Theo, practice manager at Dentistry for Children of Cross Keys.
And I'm Dr. Wagner, one of the pediatric dentists here.
And we look forward to welcoming your family.
And thank you, Dentistry for Children of Cross Keys, for providing those excellent children's oral health care tips. Before we close our program today, we wanted to take a moment to remind you that our nominations continue for the Baltimore's Child Reader's Choice Award. Here's your chance to nominate your favorite doctor, dentist, after-school program, daycare in this annual Reader's Choice Award. So to make your Reader's Choice Award nominations, just go to our website, baltimoreschild.com/Reader's Choice, and you'll be able to cast your nominations there. Reminder that nominations close on March the 7th. Voting begins on April the 1st, so don't miss this opportunity to make your nominations for our Baltimore's Child Reader's Choice Awards. And we wanted to take an opportunity today to also preview what's coming up in the March issue of Baltimore's Child magazine. It's National Reading Month, and we are celebrating reading with a feature story profiling some Baltimore area children's book authors and illustrators. You'll get to learn more about the craft of children's literature through these individuals who so generously gave their time to share a little bit about the craft of children's book writing and illustrating. We also have some tips to encourage your child's interest in writing, as well as ways and some strategies that parents can help their child improve their reading skills. All of those stories and more you can find in the March issue of Baltimore's Child, which is in print and also on our website, baltimoreschild.com. And as a reminder, today again begins our virtual summer camps and activities fair. We have some wonderful camps that are waiting to share some information with you. If you want to participate, it's very easy. Just go to our website, baltimoreschild.com/campfair 2021. It will run today, Friday, February 26th, Saturday, February 27th, and Sunday, February the 28th. Well, we want to thank all of you for joining us for this edition of Family Focus, presented by Baltimore's Child magazine and sponsored by Baltimore County Public Library. To keep up on all the latest news and stories for parents like you in our area, just go to our website, baltimoreschild.com, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you next time.